Now, you just picked this one out. I mean, you don't like the word ratio. I can
Oh no, it's
sort
fine.
of fix that, but I think this is. So what do you think here? How would you solve for the number of girls?
Well, there's 3 to 2. So could you multiply the number of boys
Well, we want to set
or
up some sort
add?
of proportion,
Well,
right? And you want to think of it as the given and the
there's
one you're trying to
3
find.
3 to 2, and
Okay,
then the given. So given is 3 to 2,
right. So there's the boys 3 to 2, and you might even want to label it
and then
like
what we
this.
have is 12. So you'd
Okay.
multiply the cross multiply. What a very wait,
So there's 12 boys, and there's
yeah.
X girls or G girls if you want.
Okay. So you cross multiply. That would be 3x equals 2 times 12. 2 times 12 equals 24. Divide 24 by 3. 3 can go into 24 8 times. So there are 8 girls.
Okay. Let's look at another problem here. Big thing here is to be able to set up the proportion.
Yeah.
And there's many ways to do it. I mean, I've kind of given you my way, but you got to kind of decide how you want to tackle a problem like this.
Okay. So takes. So would it be 1 pizza to 3 people?
Okay, so you're doing pizzas. Always good to kind of like label
Yeah.
these on the sides or kind of have some
And
idea.
then people is 36. Pizzas are X.
Okay.
Cross multiply. 3x equals 36. Divide by 3. 3 divided by 36 is 12. So x equals 12.
So you need 12 pizzas. It's a lot of pizzas.
Yeah, and they're
All
super
right.
giant.
Well, that's always perception. Reality may be
Yeah.
different. Okay. Just kind of increase the difficulty here. Oh, here's a good one. Something with some fractions in it, maybe.
Okay. So 1, so it'd be 2.5 or 2 dozen cookies. That would be 24 cookies. And then for 15 dozen x cross multiply 24x equals see
When you multiply 2 and 1/2 by 15, what did your result?
it would be hang on.
I know we haven't done this maybe in a while, but you can think of it as
37.5.
yeah, there you go. 37.5 equals 2x. Yep.
Okay.
You gotta divide both sides by 2.
Wouldn't it be 24?
Nope.
Oh no, sorry,
If
it'd
you're
be 2.
dividing by 2, you gotta
Yeah,
do
I was looking at
your
the.
long division on that unless you gotta.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one. 27. Um, 17.75.
Close,
X.
close. It should be 18.75. You want to look that over and see where maybe you went wrong. 2 into 37.5 goes into the 3 one time. Bring down the 7. That's
Oh,
maybe where you went wrong.
yeah, I went wrong. I just put a 5 there instead of a 7. So.
Bring down the 5. Doesn't go into 5.
Hmm.
So you got to bring down a 0. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got some other problems I found here. Um, let me. I'm trying to find ones that maybe have some numbers that might challenge you. They either get they seem to get too big too fast, but this is a more complicated one. Give you a try here. All right, so take a look at this. It's if you get overwhelmed by the words, just use M or R. Don't think about too much. I need to just step away for 1 minute or less to grab some coffee, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, how are you doing on this one? Do you have an answer? Need some help?
It would be $3. You get $3 in exchange.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. Okay. Do you think you'll be allowed to use a calculator?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So here's one. This may be the last one of these because I mean you think you're getting them. This one, I mean, the only way you can really make these more difficult is to just hide the units or do something to make the numbers not work real well. But take a look at this.
4 pound roast.
How are you doing on this one?
Good. Student. Mhm. Would be would x equal 187.5
So what are the units that go along with that?
minutes.
You got it. Very good. Okay, well, I would say you've got these down. Now, what else was kind of on your mind for solving?
Um, well, let me think. So we haven't really done a lot this apart from the ratios and rates.
I mean, I can give you more
Mhm.
ratios to solve if that would help, but
We could do a few rates, I guess, because I can't really
okay, so
remember
like
how to do
some
those.
unit rate problems.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, give me a moment to find those. You did not get like a review packet or
No.
all right. All right, so here's a few for me to put in front of you.
Okay.
Some of these don't work out great. In
Mm,
this case, you just round to the nearest, or just go to the. I don't want you to spend a ton of time doing your long division.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
just round to the ones place. So like when you get to the decimal, you can stop. But it is good for you to do a
Oh,
little bit of.
she did have something. What?
Okay.
Don't
Any
show
chance
you.
you can? Any chance you can drop it in the chat?
Sure.
You can actually just drag and drop files nicely.
Yeah. And let's see. That's what she had. It wasn't really like a thing, but
Okay. Well, this is a good list though for me. Writing ratios, equivalent ratios, determining unit rates, algebraic. Okay, keep working on that problem I gave you. I'll look this over.
okay. Would you divide 800 by 60 or 12?
Well,
12, okay.
a good question.
Would the answer be 66.6 and
I mean,
infinite?
it actually goes on forever, but
Yeah,
what are the units? So that's probably more important.
it would be 66 words per minute.
Words per minute. Okay. All right, so a florist sells 90 roses every hour.
So
Okay.
every 60 minutes. Okay.
So I want the unit rate in roses per minute. Roses per minute.
I can't remember how to do unit rates right now. I'm blanking on it because I was focusing on doing equivalent fractions lately.
You focus on the units. So grab the number that corresponds to the roses
90,
and divide by the number that corresponds to the minutes.
60. Okay.
Yes.
So 90 divided by 60 or 60 divided by 90?
Yes. Yep. No, you got to do it in the right order, right? 90 roses on top, 60 minutes on the bottom.
Eh? Mm,
And this one go to the 10th place.
Okay. .66 or if you were to round, it would be
Yeah,
0.67.
I heard, see, I heard all the right things and then not sure what happened from here. The zeros do cancel. That's kind of a nice thing to do, but let's just say you didn't know that. Okay. 90 over 60, divide both of them by 2, right? 45 over 30. And then you might try 3.
Okay.
15 over 10. You might try 3, might try 5 now. And you would get 3 over 2. Now maybe there's still, it's 2 into 3. It goes in there one time times 2. Bring down the 0. 5, 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think happened there? What's kind of difference between your work and mine? Or do you see where you went wrong?
Well, I divided 90 by 60 and I got how many times can 9 go into 6?
Okay.
And how many times can 9 go into 60? Sorry. And I got 6 times.
Right, but it's not, it's okay. Yeah, I mean it's you should reduce the fraction as much as you can.
That's certainly a mistake.
Okay, let's try another one here. Let's say a 12-mile bike ride can be done in 1.5 minutes. We want the rate in miles per minute. All right, so this looks like this. It's 12 divided by 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we haven't done one of these in a while, but if you move the decimal, you have to move the decimal up here as well. So it becomes 120 over 15.
Mm-hmm. So then
Okay, so you can divide that out, or you can start dividing the top and bottom by the same numbers. I would reduce the fraction as much as possible.
Hmm. You could reduce the top number to 8, couldn't you? You divided it by 15.
Well, 15 goes into both of them, but if you don't like that doesn't work, why not try like 3, right?
Well,
And then it's 40 and 5, or 5. Try 5. You can always
so
reduce the
couldn't you just
fraction.
go to
You
15
could,
over 1?
yes, you could divide both by 15, and what would you get as a result of that?
8
Miles per minute, which is pretty
miles.
unreasonable.
Yeah.
But okay. All right, let's kind of, I saw some of the things on there we should look for. Solving one-step equations.
Mhm.
So let me throw a few at you. Make these pretty straightforward to start out. X plus 5 equals 8.
Okay, you would do the inverse to get x
Yes,
by
so
itself. So you do
the plus,
-5 and
yeah,
-8. So you do 5 minus 8, and that would be 3.
very good.
So x equals 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so these,
I like these ones a lot.
are nice. Then I make them nicer just to start out here. Let's go 10 equals x minus 45.
Mhm. You would add 45 to that, and that'd become 55. So x equals 55.
X equals 55. Very good. And then let's go through the other ones. Let's say it's 2.5 x equals we'll go 5.
2.5
How do you undo this number in front of it of x?
you would divide 2.5 by 5, and
Yes,
that would equal 2.
that equals 2. Good.
So x
And
equals
then the
2.
last possibility before I give you some more difficult ones, because we're just kind of building up to that. It's like, let's say I give you
Fractions.
12 equals x divided by 3.
3 times 12, which would be 36. X equals 36.
Yes. All right, excellent. So the only way I can make this tough is to give you and
Fractions.
yeah, fractions or decimals, at least a few of them, right? So let's do a couple of those. Here's one. Let's say it's 0.4 x equals 8.
Mm-hmm. 0.4 x equals 8. Okay. So you would divide 0.4 by 8. Hmm. You would divide 0.4 by 8. I'm trying to remember how to get rid of the decimal.
So do you have 8 over 0.4?
Yeah.
Okay, you just move the decimal to the right in both, and like that to the right and
okay.
then that to the right. So it ends up being 80 over
Okay.
4.
20.
Equals 20. Good. All right, let's try another one here. Let's say it's 3½ plus x equals 6.
Minus 3.5. From 6. 6 minus 3. Work out even. Would be 1. Let's so if it was 3, that would make sense. Since you're subtracting 6. 3½ minus 6.
Make sure you have the right order. It's the larger
6.
number subtracting the smaller number.
6 minus 3½. Okay.
So if you recall, you're supposed to break 5 apart or 6 apart into 5 plus 1 minus 3 minus 1/2. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then three minus 1 is 2.
I agree. And then you got to take 1 and subtract 1/2.
1 minus 1/2 is 1/2, so 2½.
2½ good. So let's do another one of these with mixed numbers here. Let's say I want you to take 5 7/9 and subtract 2 2/3. Okay, so recall you only have to break it apart if this part is less than this part, like if 7/9 is less than 2/3.
Okay.
So you have to decide if that actually is the case.
2 times 3, and it's not. The 7/9 is larger than 6/9.
So you can just break it apart and no need to borrow, basically.
So that would be 3 1/9.
Say that again.
3 1/9.
Yes, perfect. Very good. Okay, now the other possibility, and this is the more common one. So let's say it's x plus 5 and let's go 5/8 equals 9 3/4.
Okay.
So this is kind of how you might see it in a
That
one-step
would be
equation. So you have to
answer.
subtract this and then make the decision about
Change
that.
into 4 plus 1 plus 5/8 minus 9 minus 3/4. So
Maybe I'm just hearing it, but I just want you to be very cautious about the order. The order really does matter. It's this order where the 9 3/4 comes first. It has to be. Maybe that was one of the issues we were having earlier in this year.
okay, so we change it into 8 plus 1 plus 3/4 minus 5 minus 5/8.
So do you have to borrow is my question.
Yeah.
Why? What is 3/4 as a fraction? That's with a matching denominator.
Oh, it's 8, it'd be 6. So no, you don't have to borrow.
So you don't, you have to be very careful. Like sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And it leads you down the wrong path.
Okay. So that would be 4 and 1/8.
Okay, so let me do a problem here, like guessing it's like 6 and 1/3 minus 3 and I don't know, we'll go 5/7, for example. Okay.
Mhm.
So this time, and I can tell you this in advance, 1/3 is less than 5/7.
Okay.
One way you can
So
do that is you can just sort of look, okay, well, like this is less than half, this is more than half. Okay. Now, but if you wanted to, you can make a common denominator, and you do
Yeah.
have to eventually. So this time it would be 7 and then 15, still that way.
Okay.
So in this type of problem, if you recall, you have to
You break it
break
up.
5
plus
plus
1
1 plus a
plus
third.
third minus, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then this part right here, this 1 and 1/3, you make it 3/3 plus 1/3,
4/3.
4/3. So you have to take 4/3 somewhere and subtract 5/7. So I'll let you do that part for us,
Mhm.
please.
Hang on. Three of 21. So 2 and 3, 21.
Okay. Any questions on that?
No, let's see if my computer might crash.
I think it's, I do think there's a small error here because when you multiply by 21 or get to 21, it should be 28 minus 15. I heard 3, maybe you meant 13.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so one more of these one steppers. Let's say it's 4 and 3/7 equals x minus 2 and 1/4.
Okay.
How do you solve for x in this situation?
Add
Add 2 and 1/4, good.
minus 28. Okay. Then that would become 6 and 9/28. 19/28. Sorry.
Okay. Let me just double check on the right here. I didn't know it's 7 and 12. Yeah, 6 and 19/20. It's very good. All right, so here's another possibility. Let's say you have and this is a new problem altogether. Let's say it's 15 equals x divided by 3.2. Okay, how do you undo division?
With multiplication, so you'd multiply 3.2 by 15 by 3.2.
That's right.
So then 3.15 times 3.2 is 48.
It was 48. Good.
So my computer crashes.
All right. Now you having some computer problems?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need me to stand by or do you have
Oh no, that's fine.
everything? Okay. All right, so here's a proportion. Forget about this 3 for a moment. You can pre-reduce, but I don't know if you guys are still doing that.
Yeah. Nothing. 9 and 10. You can't pre-reduce 9 and 10.
So you can actually, yeah, so you can
go
actually
6
reduce,
and 10.
you can actually reduce vertically and then horizontally. But if you don't want to do that, go ahead.
They can only go diagonally.
You can multiply diagonally,
Oh, but you can't
but you
divide
can,
diagonally.
yeah, you can pre-reduce here, and I'll show you that if you don't. Why don't you just multiply diagonally and then divide, see?
Okay. 90. So x 6 equals 90 or x equals 90
90 equals
or 90
6x.
equals 6x. Yeah.
Okay. So divide by 6 to solve for.
So 90 to that's 15. So x equals 15.
X equals 15. Really good.
Mhm.
Really good. Okay. Let's I was gonna give you another portion here. Let's go. Yeah, you've already had enough of those. All right.
Anyways,
Say that again.
oh, I was gonna say we have another lesson tomorrow as well, so that'll be good.
We do, yeah. Let's see if we can do a little, just a tiny bit more, if you don't mind,
Okay, sure.
today. Oh, I know what I want to do. So your teacher gave you some problems like this, and you had to figure out what goes in the middle. We
Mhm.
talked about the idea that you either convert the
Yeah. Yeah,
percents to a decimal, or you got to be in the same space.
so you can convert the
Um,
percent to decimal or the
yeah,
percentages to the decimal and then the decimal
right,
the
right. So,
percent or to yeah.
what
Should be
if you're asking?
point
Go ahead.
30. Should be point 30 or if you were doing that.
Are you giving me an answer, or are you just kind of working it out?
I was working it out. But
Okay, yeah. Let me know whether it's A, B, or C here.
C.
They're not equal.
They're not?
There's no. Like, for
They have
example,
0.3 on both.
right, but if you keep going on the 1/3, it's not,
Oh,
it keeps going.
okay. The 1/3 would be larger, so B.
Let's try another one here.
2%. 0.2%. Sorry, B.
B?
B.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
15. B.
You said B? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said A.
You said A.
No,
It
yeah,
is, it is A, but I mean, how are you doing it? Because that's also important. Are you converting this to a decimal? Are you converting this to a decimal?
I was converting that to a decimal, and I
Okay,
got
0.99. And
yeah.
then the one on
And
the
then
left's hard to, you have to make it out
then
of
I
100.
converted. Yeah, then I converted
That
it into a fraction. That would be 98, and the other one would be 99 of
Okay.
100.
All right, how about
Zero. Um, B.
what is the decimal that you got for this?
I got 0.8.
5 into 3 like this?
Oh, 5 into 3 would be 6.6. So they're equal. So
They're
C.
equal, yeah.
Huh.
So let's have you do another one here. Let's have you do I don't know, 7 divided by 4. I want you to give me that as a decimal, please.
Is a decimal.
Yes.
Mm-mm. 7 can't go into 4. Can't go into 40. Can't go to 400. I'm not sure. Could it be like it can't go into 4, can't go into 40, can't go into 400?
So I was hoping you were doing the long division here.
Yeah.
So it goes in
Oh,
one time.
I just did it reversed. I did 4 in the
Okay, well,
inside.
yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be an easy place to get discouraged on
Yeah.
this. So keep going from here.
$1.75.
Right, good job. Okay, why don't we stop here for today? Just tell we're kind of getting
All right.
limiting returns here.